Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the South African Fantasy Football Podcast. How are you guys keeping?
Not too bad, not too bad. Sitting pretty at the top.
I'm
Razeen,
here to take notes today. Here to take notes today. Got a pen and paper here.
talk us.
Shocking game week. I
Uh,
don't know. I think I'm just missing chips a little too much. I mean, I'm enjoying the high of the IPL game that just concluded, so I'll just stick to that, I think, and let the two log leaders do the talking. I'm very, very gutted about what happened to me in the standings this week. Someone watching must have put Nazar because I had such a great few weeks, and now suddenly it's all just the wheels have just fallen off.
But it
you,
always happens whenever we streaming consistently. Razeen just suddenly your team starts to go down, and then as soon as we start streaming, Bilal seems to go the other way. I just keep moving up and down. There's no real pattern to me at the moment.
maybe it is the
It's just about when you can.
Nazar and Razeen, but maybe it's just I don't play fantasy unless we're talking about it. I'm so out of it. And then finally, when the podcast happens, and I'm the one taking notes. Razeen, we're not going into a meme of the week because you've requested that we show the table, so we'll put that
No, I
up.
requested you show my team,
Okay,
but
let's.
As the
Mohammed was
t- as the
thinking
as the
was
meme of the week.
happy for the table to be the meme of the week because somebody's at the top of the tree.
Hey,
Yeah, but the problem with this league is that no one stays there for too long. Well, that's how it's been over like the past few
What a
weeks. It's just
season,
been
though.
choppy.
What a
Yeah,
mini
it's
league
been
it's been.
wild.
It's been absolutely incredible.
yeah. Talk us through your team, man. 51 points and Captain Saka.
It just didn't pay off with the captaincy. I mean, it was
Yeah.
between Saka and Marmoush, I think, for most of us. So I'm not feeling too down on that. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone really got the
I don't think
captaincy
anyone
right.
got, yeah, I don't think anyone got the captaincy right, to be honest. You had to go ultra risky to go for a decent captain choice. And I mean, to be honest, there weren't many big performances. Even the guys that went for Salah as captain against
Yeah.
Leicester didn't get anything. So
Yeah.
it was actually a really sad week for captaincy choices.
I think I was just missing chips this week. I mean, if I had a chip active, it would have made a big difference.
Besides the bench boost, it was just giving you +1.
Yeah, this
Yeah, with
is
my current
crazy.
team, that would be Saka.
For me, the funniest ones was the guys that went triple captain Mamouche this week. Shame, 12. That
Yeah.
one
You
must
know, a
have
lot of
hurt.
people do that
Must have
though.
hurt. There's quite a few people that I seen. I was going through some teams in some of the leagues that I'm in, and yes, see, that was pain, pain, seeing people with triple captain this week. It was a sad one to actually go for the triple captain. Last week was better with Isak. That was the right one to
That
at
was
least
the
go
right
for
one
as a
for sure.
secondary option because he still got like I think like 11 points or something.
And Razina, as far as I remember, you've built up a fair few transfers. So you're preparing for blank game week 34, which is our big discussion for this week anyway. Talk us through what you're planning.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have a look at I mean there aren't a lot of players to choose from. I think there's a nice list of maybe about 20, 25 players that everyone is shortlisted. I've seen a few good shortlists on Twitter, and it's just about taking picks from there, I guess. I left it for a bit late. I haven't made any transfers yet. I'm gonna wait it out and just see because you never know injuries, early team news and all of that. So probably on the moment that the deadline strikes, I'll probably just have a look at the pair of your guys' free hits and take the best of those players into my team.
Best. No, because I'm also thinking on the team like there's teams to target against the small teams, but some of the players they aren't really too exciting for me, and that's what's been putting me off because there's Wolves versus Leicester. So I mean Cunha becomes a decent option there, or Strand Larsen because Leicester are pretty much down, and then Fulham against Southampton. And I mean, as much as I want to go for Fulham assets, I can't really trust them against away to Southampton because it looks like a game they'll just go and lose randomly and then probably beat someone else better than them there. I think the Newcastle one's a straightforward one. 3 Newcastle players against Ipswich. I think
But
that's
that's
going to be
set already in my
that's
team.
the banker. Yeah, that's going to be an easy one. And maybe even Liverpool Spurs might be one to target because Spurs look like their heads are gone completely. Plus they've got Europa midweek, so they probably won't play a lot of their starting players. It's probably a Salah captain, then maybe a couple of Liverpool players there. Because I mean, they win the game, they celebrate the trophy effectively celebrate the league at home. So I think that might be a few decent games.
The,
The
the
only
thing,
difference for me is I'm gonna have to look at free long term because I don't have the free hit chip. So I'm gonna have to have a look at 35, 36 and see who's playing who and then select my players. But yeah, I've got my 3 Newcastle already in. I think I've got already maybe 4 or 5 players that are playing. So no, sorry, more than that, 7 or 8 players that are playing. So just have to make another 3 transfers to get a full team.
How many transfers do you have free at the moment?
I think I have 4 free available,
Okay,
and I
solid.
have 8 players in my total squad that are playing. So
Yeah, you can get a
those 8
decent
will
11.
follow. Yeah.
So Razeen, you won't be able to look at a free hit for me because I don't think I'm going to be playing my free hit. Based on the last few weeks, I've just been taking -4 knocks, and the way my team is set up, if I take another -4 knock, I'll have a fully fledged team. I think I might risk it. I think that's the move I want to make to try and win the mini league. So what I want to do is bank my free hit for another week and use 2 transfers, get a -4, and field a team because I have like my team has been set up and I've survived the double game weeks without any Arsenal players apart. I had Arteta, and
Yeah.
without any Villa players and without any without tripling up on Newcastle. Technically, I had triple up, but I had Dubravka, which doesn't really count. My only sad part is that I can't. My goal was always to get Cunha this week because I rate Cunha really highly, but I can't, and I have Strand Larsen, so I might as well keep him. And looking at things, I agree with you. Newcastle is they're the ones to target. So I'm gonna try and pull a move where I can try and get Trippier, but I'll have to take a -4 to get him in because I'll have to sell one Newcastle player in Dubravka or Pope. Do the one transfer and take a 0 point somewhere for Munoz because I might.
I think that's
keep
okay.
him.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad idea.
Because I have 2.2 in the bank because I had Mikel Arteta and now he's gone, so those funds are back. So it's nice to have that. I can upgrade quite nicely.
Well, that's cool.
Monusim, you definitely playing your free hit?
I have no choice because I have 11 people, like 12 of my players not playing. I really have no choice. So I'm going big into the free hit here. I've left myself no choice.
You've done
Trying
well.
to go heavy into 33.
You did well this week. I mean, 76 points with
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
no
Yeah,
hit.
it wasn't
I
bad.
took a hit for mine.
Most of my doublers didn't pay off, but they effectively all ended up getting one return over the 2 games, so it worked out, I guess, to an extent. Savinho has been the sad one because I mean he hasn't been playing much, so I just eaten that one there. And then I mean for some of my transfers that I wanted to make, I'm so happy I didn't because I was considering taking out Isak to try and make a plan to. I can't remember. I wanted someone else in. I can't remember who it was, but I mean that player didn't perform either way. Saka's been a pain since my wild card, so it's been one of those ones where I mean it hasn't been too bad, but it hasn't been too great.
Did you end up getting Rodgers?
I got Rodgers. Yeah, I did Murphy to Rodgers
What a
instead.
move.
So I'll probably bring Murphy back in for the free hit potentially, or Barnes depending on
You
any
won't
of his
risk
press
a Gordon.
conferences. But no, he hasn't started, right? So
Yeah,
I don't know
he
if his minutes are that great. And Barnes has been their form wing. I don't think they can drop him at the moment.
Yeah, I think I want to see because who started and who came on? Because I was reading that Murphy came off quite early.
So Murphy came off like before 60 minutes. I think Murphy came off to be replaced with Gordon, and then Barnes started.
So let's get into this blank game week 34 in the sense that let's try and look at the teams playing. There's not that many, but Bournemouth, Manchester United. That's what are we thinking there? Like I see a lot of people bringing in Clivett. United not playing.
Evan Nielsen triple captain.
But I don't know. Like,
I think going Bournemouth assets there probably in terms. I think Evan Nielsen's a good pick. He's been in decent form. Midfielders haven't looked great because I think they've been also chopping and changing with Clivett's injury and the likes, and they haven't been doing much. So, and I mean, they couldn't score against 10-man Palace either, right? They struggled to break them down in the last game. So, I think maybe Evan Nielsen's your best option. Maybe you can go Kirkej, for example, as an attacking wing back because United might also ease off a little bit because of the Europa League midweek, so they might ring some changes to keep some of the players fresh for that. So, I think it's not a bad game to target as well.
But I wouldn't say I'd be looking at Bournemouth particularly. It can be a tough game. It can be easy, but I don't think Bournemouth run away with it per se, based on form.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of striker options as well. So maybe Evan Nielsen might not be top of.
That's the thing, and as well as like I feel like if you are free hitting, I don't know what's running through your mind, but if you are free hitting, like you can triple up on so many. You can get so many midfielders in. Like
correct.
There's drafts with Cole Palmer. There's drafts with like Diaz, Jota, Salah, Szoboszlai. Even Fernandes is still a good option. He's on penalties. He might get rested.
The core of my team is probably going to be 3 Newcastle players.
Yeah.
Midfielder, attacker, defender, or goalkeeper. I'll do Jimenez from Fulham, almost guaranteed because Muniz is out injured, so Jimenez will be guaranteed minutes there against Southampton. Will very likely go Cunha,
I think
and
you have
potentially
to.
Ait Nouri also from Wolves.
Yeah, I think
I
those
think
are two
those are
musts.
2 options, and then I guess like a Salah and maybe either Diaz, Jota, or Gakpo, one of them, whoever I'm more comfortable on minutes, one of those 3, and then probably like a Liverpool defender. I'm not buying the Chelsea hype at the moment. Chelsea are really bad at the moment, so especially against a strong Everton team, I don't expect them to do too well.
I like the Trent pick this week in defense.
I don't know if he'll start again. You think he'll start?
I think he'll start now because he didn't start the last game. He came on, scored the winner.
Yeah.
I think
Probably ready to
he'll start
now.
because like I don't know how bad Spurs have been. I haven't seen the last game, but the results haven't
They're
been great.
16th, because I mean, what else? What other? Look at the league table. The league table tells you how bad they've been.
Yeah, it's been. I don't know what to make of it because I looked at
Nah,
Spurs.
I think Liverpool at Anfield will run through this team, because the Spurs team, they look like they're on holiday in the league, and they're just playing European football at the moment. That's the only thing that's on the mind.
On free hit, you definitely okay. Maybe not free hit, but say long term. Say like
Salah captain, bruh.
seriously,
On free time, Salah captain.
you won't go Newcastle. If I could get Trippier, I actually captain Trippier. I just think Ipswich might concede 3, 4, 5.
I don't want to pick too many players from teams that have nothing to really play for.
Yeah, but what about
Yeah,
players?
that's fair.
What about players who have something to play for? What about Vardy, who's just announced his retirement? Or not retirement? He's announced he's leaving.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that one this week. Maybe just a farewell tour. Jamie Vardy farewell tour.
Every time
A
we've
goal
announced
reach at every ground he visits.
every time we've announced Vardy on the stream, I feel like he's scored. I feel like the time has come again. Expected goals. Everybody talks about expected goals. I think it's purely the eye test when you watch football, and like it's the same thing that happened with Rodgers at the start. Mohamed was like, this guy passed the eye test, and you just look at him. That's
not a great season, man.
Yeah,
he's had a great season, boss.
So I think if you watch ball and like
the more you watch, the more invested you become in the game.
Yeah. So if you want to do well in this game, it's just about trying to watch as much as you can. The games that nobody's watching, Wolves against Brighton. Yeah, like random games. That's where you truly pick up on these players. But I think
I've been watching. That's why I dropped to third.
I think that's your problem. I genuinely think that's the problem.
But that's Albania.
It's
So Liverpool won the league, so the Liverpool players went on holiday and Razeen joined them on holiday.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, I'm done with this season. We done.
But I also feel.
I'm woken up. I will not finish last.
We'll try our best. We'll try our best to make this happen now, so we can clip this at the start of next season's podcast. I will finish last. Meme of the week.
Meme of the week. Yeah, I think you have to just look at the fixtures, and if everybody has a good fixture, and everybody's playing, bench boost. Don't wait. But I think more the same. If you don't get more than 8 points on your bench, I think we're gonna laugh at you because like you've gotten so much bench pain this year. I've never seen like a bench so stacked.
It has actually been so sad.
Aina for the first 8
I want to go
weeks.
through my entire league, and the first 8 game weeks I was in pain, man. It was ridiculous.
Do
an
Excel spreadsheet with all our.
I'm going to.
With all our bench points, potential bench points.
I'm going to. It's going to be so great now.
I should actually do that for next week. But I think game week before pre-36, when we bench boost.
Yeah.
Then we talk about what could have been and analyze what we should be getting and what we should be targeting. It's a great idea.
Yes, sir.
The other thing I wanted to do, I didn't get time, but I was trying to look because I was looking at Everton players because I said if you're going up against Chelsea, nobody else will do that. Who can I bring in? And I actually feel like since Moyes has come to the team, he's outscored every player. If you take his points into consideration, nobody else has got much. Moyes. Moyes
Oh
as a
yes,
manager.
as a coach, yeah, yes, he's top of the assistant manager table. Yeah, you're right. I've seen that. But you must remember also, he would have had most of his fixtures as a
Table
as
bonus.
a table bonus fixture because they were so low down.
I actually
So
think
it
the
made it
Wolves
easier for him to
Wolves
score every
manager
win they got.
should be first.
He should be up there as
Yeah,
well.
he's got
He
like
should
the
be very
last 7
close
games.
to
He got
first as well.
7 wins. Ironically,
Yeah.
Manchester United was the only win he didn't get bonus points for.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's rough.
that's how low.
Well, it'll be United and Spurs. It'll be United and Spurs.
But I think we can leave it at that for this week, keeping the episode short. Thank you guys for the episodes.